Good morning. So have you learned something so far that you can take away and implement into your business immediately? Just my team then, was it? Have you? Okay. So now we're going to learn a bit more. We're going to talk today about the power of the GEM bonus. Lots of you, if you're completely honest, will say that you probably don't know what it is. You've heard about 1% extra, but you don't understand. And if I'm completely honest with you, I'm not very good at maths. And when I joined and I saw the marketing plan, when they said, when you help 9 people, you get an extra 1%, and I thought, that's rubbish. I'm going to help 9 people, and it's only 1%? Really? I'm going to show you this morning the difference that 1% when you hit Sapphire Manager can have on your business. But also, my thoughts about it in the beginning were kind of ridiculous. And when you understand the marketing plan, you will understand that this is actually the most generous part of the marketing plan. Because all you do is help one more manager from 8 to 9. You actually don't put much more into the forever pot, but they give us out an awful lot more. So that's why it is the most generous part of the marketing plan. And if you've not yet focused on Sapphire, on Diamond Sapphire, on Diamond Manager, then you need to really start seriously thinking about it. But in order to do that, you've got to understand it. My background is that I was a police officer. You will see a theme today with the people that I'm going to introduce, because actually, we were all cops. Let me reassure you, to be successful in Forever or to get to a GEM bonus, you don't have to have been a police officer or pregnant. Guys, you'll be fine. However, you do have to know the meaning of the word work ethic. It's hard work to get to your GEM bonus. It's even harder work keeping your GEM bonus. So it's important that you treat this incredibly seriously. As a part of your journey, GEM bonus should focus on your goal boards. They should be on every one of your goal boards right now. And if they're not, put it on there immediately as you go home. My journey has gone really fast with Forever, and sometimes I'm almost embarrassed about that. But it is only through sheer hard work. And I understand that not everybody is willing to put in that amount of work to get that fast growth, and I appreciate it because every journey is different. But I was willing to do it. You'll hear from somebody else shortly who was willing to do it in that short period of time. And you can see from the slides that I made manager in 6 weeks, senior manager in 4 months, soaring manager in 7 months, Sapphire Manager in 15 months. But actually, naively, Sapphire Manager wasn't on my goal board. I didn't understand the GEM bonus. Don't let that be you. Make sure you understand it. Go away and learn it, because it's these positions on the marketing plan that when they creep up on you, you might not be so prepared. You need to be prepared. It's a business. How did I get 9 frontline managers? In fact, I went Sapphire with 10 frontline managers. How? It's using a system and sticking to it. It is not that we've had to come up with fancy new things. We've followed the system. We don't do anything different. We set strict goals. We do a who do you know list. We attend the business presentations. We speak to people every single day about the business. We don't do anything magical. There's no secret. We just follow the system, but we stick to it rigidly. I was committed. I said that I would work incredibly hard. Incredibly hard. I never had a day off in those 2 years. I didn't take one family holiday in terms of outside of Forever. We don't need to, I think, because we have Forever holidays. They're free. So I didn't go away. I got my head down, I focused, and that is why my business went so fast. We work really deep within our teams. It might not be your front line where you find the people that are willing to work. It might be a lot deeper down, and that served us really well because we've developed depth within our business, you'll see the power that having a good, strong, deep team, no matter how quick you build that, will have on your gem bonus. We have a fantastic team spirit, all with their flags, and we really believe strongly in recognition. There are lots of things we do within our team to recognize, from selling an aloe lips. Stig would have got a lot of praise for that if he was in my team. 3, that's brilliant. Developing that team spirit gives us a safe environment, an environment to learn within, an environment that we feel that we are part of and actually our team make up. But there's also about knowing statistics. So it's nice to feel happy and safe in the environment that you're in, but are you treating it like a business? Garing laughed when we did a FaceTime that my office looks like a military hub. It's full of whiteboards. There are figures all over it. I know what it means, and only I need to know what it means. But it is because I'm that structured in my business. I know where the case credits are coming from. I know who I need to work with, and that's how you need to be to get to the gem bonus. Statistics are key, and when you know your figures, you understand what it is that you need to do, and you can plan to any position on the marketing plan when you know your figures. So I know that my statistics are 1 in 10 people that I recruit get to the manager position. So I needed to recruit 90 people to hit Sapphire Manager. How many people do you need to recruit to make a manager? Once you know that, you can work out how many people you need for each pin position. It's quite simple. For example, I'm structured now ready for Eagle. My Eagle qualification last year, this qualification period, I do it in 2 months. It's not a surprise. Eagle starts on the 1st of May. You know this, yes? Yes? Well, it does, the 1st of May. I know to make 2 supervisors, I need to recruit 10 people. 1 in 5 people that I recruit gets to supervisor. To get my 2 supervisors, I need to recruit 10 people. In May, I will recruit 10 people. I've built up my pipeline. You have time. You need to plan and know your statistics to get all of these incentives ticked off early in the period. So, why does depth matter so much? These figures are taken from one of Jane Leach's trainings, where she worked out the power of depth within your business, the power that having a deep, strong, structured business has on the gem bonus. You can see by the levels, I don't need to explain them any further, but you can see roughly that each of those managers is an average manager doing 50 case credits. A couple do 100. Only 1 line has duplicated. You're looking at around £13,020 per annum extra just for having your gem bonus. Stage 2, £16,500 extra, just for having 9 of managers instead of 8. Then you look at stage 3. And these figures are correct. I'll show you that in a second, how it worked for me. So when you've got that little bit more depth, still pretty average figures, over £22,000 extra, £34,000 extra, £40,000 extra is a stage 5 Sapphire business. These figures are real. So this was me when I was a soaring manager in February 2015. My bonus recap for that month was just over £14,000. My life had already changed so much that seemed beyond my wildest dreams. But when was just mentioned, you remember the moment where you are when you find out your first gem bonus. Sean and I were traveling back from a business presentation a few hours away from home, and we were traveling down a stretch of motorway, the M50, and our bonus recaps came out. It was gone midnight. And I'm not a very good passenger. I whacked him on the arm and said, "Pull over." And he pulled into the lay-by, and I couldn't speak, which was a shock to him. He probably thought I died. But it's a moment that you'll never forget when you get your first gem bonus, because we both sat there and cried. As big as he is, he cries a lot. So I went manager in March. Can I just explain the generosity of Forever? When you hit when you get that ninth manager to come through, you help that ninth person. I thought that, okay, the following month, when I do one full month as a Sapphire manager, that's when I get my first gem bonus. Nope. Even though I hadn't been a Sapphire manager all that month, the end of the month my ninth manager came through, they paid me that extra 1% based on what I did technically before I was a Sapphire manager. Do you realize how generous that is? It is. So in my first gem bonus, my income increased £11,000 on the month before. £11,000 in 1 month. The following month, it increased a further £8,000. The following month, it increased a further £7,000. Do you know why? Depth. I built such momentum in my team from going so fast, from being so excited, that I built such a momentum that everybody was doing the same. We had over, I don't know exactly, but between 60 to 80 managers come through over 3 months. And that is where you get the depth in your business. The following month, a further 5,000 pay rise. Has it been worth it? You think? Yes, it has. But we're going to hear from 2 wonderful, wonderful business owners that have really kind of taken the Forever World by storm. It's important that you realize that Gem Bonus doesn't just happen, you have to make it happen. It requires work, dedication, commitment, and a vision. And these ladies had exactly that. The first speaker that I have to introduce you to is Gabby. Gabby and Baki built their business in South Africa. They are the new South African #1s. That deserves a cheer. They are new GLT members, and they are people that are enjoying the benefits of Gem Bonus. So do you want to hear from them? Please welcome to the stage, Gabby. There she is.
Forever. Forever. Ongawazi. Ongawufuni. Forever. Good day, everyone. My name is Gabisile Mbatha, as you already heard. I'm a Sapphire manager in Forever Living Products. I'm gonna be giving you our testimonial. We are Soaring Eagle managers. We are Forever to Drive Level 3 qualifiers. We are Chairman Bonus Level 2 qualifiers. We are part of Executive Committee in South Africa. We are the new GLT members in South Africa. We are currently #1 top FBOs in South Africa. My story, I want to talk more about how Gem Bonus has impacted our business and our lifestyle. When we joined Forever, I was actually 37 weeks pregnant. I was highly pregnant. Employed by the National Prostituting Authority. My husband was a policeman. It was 2012 March. We had 2 kids by then, but as I was pregnant, I had to be realistic about life. I had to think if I will be able to take care of my kids, as we were just government employees. I remember when I went to my husband, I said, baby, there is this business that I want to do. He never said anything negative to me. But you know, guys, as us women, we go join all these things. I've been in all other things. But, you know, I could see that part of him is saying, okay, you want to bring another one. But those other ones that you joined before, they never worked. But he decided to keep quiet. As I was 37 weeks pregnant, a week down the line, I went to my doctor. I said, my doctor, can you please operate me? Take out the baby. I have something that I need to do. And I went, they operated the baby, they took out the baby, and then I went to my husband. I said, baby, can you please take care of our girl? Because I want to do this business. I had targets. I had to be a manager before I go back to work because I was on maternity leave. He never had any problem. He took care of our baby. He will bath him, feed him, change him, and do everything. We are South Africans. The culture does not allow the men to do all those things as South Africans. They will say all lots of things, but he did that for us. Thank you, Babumbata. We became managers in 3 months. That was June 2012. I remember we were going to have an African rally by then. And when I went there, I saw all those checks that were given out there. I screamed until my voice died on me. But I remember on a day 2, when they were giving the last check, I walked out of the hall. I said, my God, if you can give all those people that kind of checks, if this thing is so true, I want to see it happening to me. But I am going to do my part, which is to go out and work and search for those eagles. It was just my plan. After manager, all my people that were in my business, they left my business because they thought they are making me rich. Those were my close friends. But I did not make excuses out of that. I said, when I joined Forever, I did not have a specific person in my mind. I joined and I told myself that I am going to go and work. That is what I did. I went back, I worked, until after 13 months we became senior managers. When we became senior managers, my other manager became a senior manager also. She actually earned more than me. But guess what? She left my business with all of my team members to another scheme. South Africans, for sure you can relate because that is what is happening right now. But still, I did not give up in my business. Now I lost my whole team twice. I said to my husband, I am going to start all over again until I do this because I believe in this business, because I believe this is the business that God created me to do. 32 months down the line, we became soaring managers. That was November 2014. Now the strategy was to go back and build as much leaders as I can and make sure it's strong leaders. I said to them, look, I am going to wait for you. I want you to build your business, even if it means we are in the same level or you pass me. But I want you to be solid. And I learned to talk to them about the other schemes and the other things for them to be aware. I learned to build members that they understand why are they doing Forever. Okay, we became Sapphire managers in 2015 December. I did not know anything about being a Sapphire manager and all the benefits. I was just building my business, and wow, we became Sapphire managers. And then now our country manager calls us and tells us, you know, what does it mean to be a Sapphire manager? I did not know anything. And by that time, we also became GLT managers, GLT members. And they also called us. We did not know. I remember calling one of my team members, Ngobile. I said, Ngobile, this is not what I signed up for. What I wanted was just that 3,000 rand more on my salary with my husband so that we can take care of our kids. But really, Forever has outdone itself. We had a very small house. This is the house that we had before Forever. This is the house that we bought with our salaries with my husband. I always say, I thank Mr. President for giving me that dream. Unfortunately, Rex has beat him to that one. With Forever, we've built that house. It is a 7-bedroom house with main bedroom with a walk-in closet, dining room, sitting room. Before, I never even knew what is the difference between a dining room and a sitting room. For me, it was all the same. We've got the office inside, a kitchen, a scullery. We have 5 toilets. Can I tell you something why my house has got so many toilets? You will excuse me. We used to have that small house. That small house used to have 1 toilet. That house was so small, it was so hot inside. If you are in the bathroom or in the toilet, everyone in the sitting room or in the kitchen will hear what you are doing in the toilet. That is the reason we had to do so many toilets. We have 4 showers, bathrooms, 2 tubs, and the jacuzzi inside. Guys, what I can tell you is that small house, I used to pay a bond on that small house. On this Forever house, I'm not paying any bond. That other bond is fully paid. The house was built cash without any loan. Right now, the house is fully furnished, cash. South Africans, you know that is not possible. When you buy these days, you need to check the price, not what you love. But with Forever, we check what we love. The price does not matter anymore. We used to have a very small car. Unfortunately, we don't have a picture of it. It was a Toyota Yaris. We used to share it with my husband. I am not a morning person. I hate to wake up in the morning. But my husband used to wake up in the morning. He was doing 6 to 6. I used to wake up at 5 o'clock, drop him at work, come back, try to sleep again, then go to work and go and fetch him. When we have to go somewhere, we need to negotiate where are we going? Where do we have to start? It was hard. But let me tell you what the poor mind used to say to me. A poor mind used to say to me, you are married, you need to be together all the time. But we were forced to be together. It's not what we wanted. It's unlike now with Forever. Now with Forever, we want to be together all the time. Now, we have 2 beautiful cars. We bought them brand new. We have the top of the range Corolla, Toyota Corolla, D4D with everything that you can think of in a car. Can you imagine when we started to drive that car? We were so excited, but we thought, yeah, that's it, you know. We didn't know that we can go and get more. Right now, we are driving on a latest Audi TT Coupe, 2015 model Quattro S-Line. It's nice to drive a car that turns heads. It's nice when you drive a car, when you stop in the robots, all other cars freeze for you to pass. But only with Forever you can get that. Not any other company can give you that. When we joined, I remember in 2012, we closed our month with about 200 cc's. I did not even understand what was it, but I knew that I want to get that check that I saw in Sun City. 2014, we got our check in London. We were traveling for the very first time. We got our check, it was 6,000 US dollars. I did not even know what does it mean to have 6,000 US dollars. I did not even believe if the company won't want that money back. That was a poor mind. We worked 2015 in Singapore. We got about 16,500 US dollar check. And this year, we did a level 2. I don't know how much is it gonna be. The only thing that I know is my cardio health is on standby and my RG Plus is on standby. How German bonus impacted our business and the lifestyle. Usually in South Africa, January, February, March, the CCs usually go down because in December, people use all the money for all other things. Come January, kids must go to school, then the money is not there. So they eat the money for stock. But we did not feel that because in January, that's where we started to get our gem bonus, where our 6% became 7%, 3% became 4%, 2% became 3%. When I checked roughly, we had a raise of about 80,000. That was beautiful. I was crazy. I showed my leaders. I told them that gem bonus is the future. You just have to be eagles, all of you, and you just have to work for gem bonus. Guys, that is the girl that I was pregnant with when I joined Forever. Since when I gave birth to her, we never, ever even bought a cake for her, let alone that kind of a cake. But in March this year, we've managed to give her a cake of her choice. She chose it herself. Our kids are in private schools. When South Africa, all the kids were on strike in universities, our baby boy was in school in a private university. We're paying for him. He's also a member of Forever, a manager, and he is paying for his own other things. We don't have to worry about any spending money and all that. I remember when Eve called me, she wanted some of my pictures. We never even had pictures of us going out with our kids because we never afforded that. But now we can afford to take them to holidays, to games, to spend time with them. We are able to see each and every milestone in their lives. It's very nice when your baby comes see you in the morning without a makeup and comes back and see you with a makeup. Now your baby knows how ugly you are and how beautiful you are. As a Sapphire manager, we have 11 active first-line managers, of which 9 of those managers, all of them, they are doing 25 CCs and more, and we get that leadership bonus and a gem bonus. I already explained what we got more. This one, it makes me so emotional. Our firstborn is the one who saw our struggles. He's the one who knows where we're coming from, where he would not even carry that lunchbox to school, where every time where there is a trip for school, we could not even afford to pay for him. But today, we bought him an apartment where he stays in an upmarket place. I remember when we sent him a proof of what we bought for him. He sent me a message and he said, "Mama, I thank God and I thank Forever for what they've done for us. I remember those days where kids at school were mocking and laughing at me, but I could not come back and tell you. Can you imagine all these years I did not know how my baby boy felt, how he was mocked at school because I could not provide for him. But today he is the happiest. We are currently private bankers and we are planning to invest in many, many properties. All my leaders realize that GEM bonus is a must, and they are all working for 9 active legs. Guys, all I want to say is, if you work to be an eagle, and if you work to be a German bonus qualifier, you can all make it to GLT. You can all have everything that you want in Forever. GEM bonus is a game changer, and I thank you.
Do you all need more tissues? Forever need to do tissues, right? So, now swiftly on to our next speaker. What can I say about her? Quite a lot, because she happens to be my very, very best friend. In fact, when I joined Forever, she was my only friend. So I know her well. Last year, Lisa Prescott did 3,400 not last year, sorry, 2014, she did 3,400 case credits in her first year. In 2015, she did 8,000 case credits. So she's a member of the GLT. She's earned her place there because, you know, over 3,000 of those case credits were non-manager case credits. She is leading from the front. She has an exceptional work ethic. She's committed and dedicated to helping as many people as she possibly can. So it's with absolute pleasure that I can introduce to you my bestest friend in the world, Sapphire Manager, Lisa Prescott.
How did this happen? Me, as you've heard, Lisa Prescott, ex-police officer, mum of 2 beautiful children, sharing my journey here at the Global Rally 2016. I would like to start by saying it is an absolute honour that I can explain my journey on the road to Sapphire and the importance of the GEM bonus. Especially on a day like today, I learned the biggest lesson of my journey just 2 weeks ago. You see, today back home for my family, it's a celebration of my grandmother's life, who sadly we lost 2 weeks ago in her battle to cancer. It's been a really tough time for my family, and it was only at the point where, on the 3 weeks leading up to her death, that I could be at that hospital every single day. I could work and rearrange my day around the visits, and right up to the end, I didn't have to leave. What I did have to do was watch key family members leave to go to work heartbroken because they had a boss. What I had was a choice to be where I needed to be at a time when it really mattered the most. So I hope that I do her very proud today because I can't be with her. So the brighter bit, what was it that I did before? Well, I was a detective in Greater Manchester Police. I joined the police at 18 because I didn't want to go to university. I felt really unsure about what I wanted to do. So I kind of fell into the police. I was just 18 years of age. If you think £20,000 a year income with the idea of a pension and retiring at 49 really appealed to me. I enjoyed what I did. I was young, I had no commitments, and I really enjoyed working shifts. And I was really fortunate that that's where I met my incredible husband, Steve. Steve deserves a clap. He puts up with me a lot. Steve's got 2 children from a previous marriage. Georgie's now 18 and Emily's 14. So when we looked at starting our own family, we knew that shift work would make it difficult, but it was never going to be something that would put us off wanting to become new parents together. We didn't get pregnant easily. It took us over 2 years to get pregnant with my little girl. So straight away, I knew I wouldn't want to rush back to work. Unfortunately, the reality of it was, between us, we had over £30,000 worth of debt, 3 mortgages, no money saved, and no security. So I would have to rush back to work. And Steve then started to work lots and lots of overtime, double shifts, and almost every day off. So we found that we had to sacrifice family time just so that we could afford to pay our bills. Because if Steve didn't work overtime, our money, our income, would not cover our bills. I didn't ever think that I would have any more children. Not because I didn't want them, but financially it would have been impossible. But then I'm sure there's some mummies in the room that will agree that one day I just wanted to be a mummy again. I wanted my little girl, who is now 3, to experience that feeling of being a big sister. So we didn't really sit and think about how we would afford it. We just knew that we would have to make it work. And I then started to look at alternatives, things that I could possibly do from home to get a better work-life balance. But what I found was I would have to retrain and I would have to take a pay cut. So 2 things that I wasn't prepared to do. I definitely felt trapped in the police. Luckily, 31 weeks pregnant, 2 weeks before Christmas, Forever found me. And I genuinely believe that Forever finds you at the right time. And it was definitely the right time for me. Forever found me in the form of a phone call. It was a phone call from my very best friend. And she told me that she'd found our way out of the police. Now, let me tell you, I didn't see myself as business-minded, and I'm certainly not, or I didn't think I was an entrepreneur. But what I found was I had an overwhelming feeling that there had to be more to life than where I was at that time. I felt like if I wanted things to change, then I had to change, because the alternative to me just wasn't an alternative. And if you've got that feeling where if nothing changes and this is how it stays, would you be happy with that? Because I certainly wasn't. So it was 2 weeks before Christmas, as I've said, so we certainly didn't have £200. But when I started to research the company, and I realised that everybody started with a box of products, the same box of products, no secret weapon, no head start, my attitude was, give me that box of products, show me what to do, and I will just do that. I didn't have time for a hobby, so I started my business with the commitment that I was going to build an income for my family. I didn't want to reinvent the wheel, I didn't know how to, and I didn't feel like I had time. So I made it my goal, right from the start, to master the basics. I wanted to be able to master the basics so I could then coach that to other people. I set my goals right from the start. I had 9 weeks until the baby arrived, so 9 weeks to get to manager. I kept focused, I kept my head down, and there was never a little bit of doubt in my mind that I would achieve it. That's not because I'm overconfident or cocky, but that is because I knew I was prepared to learn the tools and put a work ethic in place to make sure that I got to manager quickly. 9 weeks later, I hit the manager position. It was at that point that, as the next few months continued, that I realised 2 things. The first one, that I realised that I was actually now a network marketer. I had no idea of the industry that I was in. And that is because I was that focused. I didn't even stop to think about the industry or what was possible. But then because things were going so quickly, self-doubt really started to kick in. So I had to up my game. I then went senior in month 8 of my business, soaring in month 15, and then Sapphire after just 19 months. And that is something that I am really proud of. So why is it then that Sapphire was so important? First of all, it was because I would have done what I'd set out to do. I've learnt the basics, and I've managed to coach 9 people do exactly the same. And that is what I set out with the intention to do. It would prove that all the negativity, everything that I'd have to face on the journey, the sacrifices that I've made, all will have been worth it. And it would prove to people like me, just normal mummies that want more time with the children, that you really could have it all. I want to share with you then my statistics from last year. When I started, it was December 2013, and I ended December on 10 case credits. What happened the following year is, as you can see, I ended on over 4,300 case credits. I didn't ever set that as a goal. I set my goal to work really hard, and that was as a result of consistent hard work and momentum, and it was an incredible year. But what that did was really open my eyes as to what was possible. So I went into 2015, with really clear goals of what I wanted to achieve. I now knew what was possible, and I knew how to get there. My main goals were to be part of the GLT and to achieve Sapphire, and I wasn't going to stop until I got there. So as you can see, I've always retailed, apart from 1 month, it was over 4 case credits. But to me, I sponsored an awful lot of people, and I'm sure there'll be lots of people that have sponsored more than that, but I made sponsoring, I believe it's a mindset. I think that if you're speaking to enough people, you are passionate, you are excited as to where the journey is going to take you, but mainly where you can help take them, that sponsoring to me has never been something that I've seen as a challenge. It's something that I really embrace. I've always sponsored between 3 and 8 people a month, and what that did was make sure that I always had enough people coming into my business to work with. Thank you. 1 person clapped. I then understood the trends of open business. And I'm sure that you'll all agree that 100 open business is really important, and it should be something that we all are striving to achieve. I worked a lot with Emma, went Sapphire last year, and one of my close friends, Abigail Horn, and lots of other people that I worked alongside that was all trying to achieve Sapphire. And I noticed a few very similar trends. To me, when my open business was 100 open case credits, that saw me achieve senior manager. Consistently, between 200 and 300, I went soaring. And then when my open business stayed consistently, and I say consistently, over the year, between 300 and 400 case credits, that is when I went Sapphire Manager, because there was a constant flow of people in your business that are pushing to achieve the manager position. So don't make your goal to be in 100. Set your own goal. Mine was always to be in at least 200, because you know there are people ready to achieve. I have learned an awful lot over the last 2 years, and most of it has been about myself, and my biggest growth was as a person. You can see there that we all have self-doubt and we all face challenges. I am sure that every single person in the room will have faced some sort of challenge at some point in your business. What I think is crucial is how you overcome those challenges. So you can see my self-doubt. I was sponsoring a lot of people, but my retention wasn't that great. Was that me? Was that something that I was doing wrong? Was I not a good enough leader? And then even when the momentum had kicked in, I started to doubt whether or not I could maintain that. I started this business knowing that it was a mindset business, something that I never ever worked on. You've already heard I joined the police at 18 and I'd only ever been surrounded by negativity. So when I went into Forever and I understood the power of mindset, I made it my goal to maintain a mindset that was unshakable and that I had the belief that I could do it. And I do that by working on myself morning and night and always commit to trying to be a better person and to continue on my mindset. You've got to be, if you're going to coach and lead people, you have to believe in yourself because other people are going to rely on your mindset. So if your mindset isn't strong enough, then they're not going to believe in you when you're trying to help them on their journey. So what has Forever given me then? Where do you start? You won't see me buy fancy shoes, fancy clothes, or fancy handbags, and that has just been proved to me backstage when I realised that on 3 of my slides, I'm wearing the exact same dress as I'm wearing now. Obviously one of my favourites. But what matters to me is family time. Forever has given me the freedom and the power of the gem bonus. The gem bonus was worth double my police wage, extra on top of my lottery win bonus as it was, every month. It gives me stability. It means that we can go for family meals. Normally in Nando's, Rex has experienced that because you're in and out, you've got to be quick when you've got children. But it just means that we can do that and we don't just have to go when it's a special occasion. It gives us unlimited time together as a family and the freedom to not have to keep checking my bank balance every single morning. Who would rather check the case credits every morning rather than how much they was overdrawn? Because that was definitely me. It's given us choices. Choices that we can walk into a travel agent's and just see how much it would cost us to go to Disney. We knew that in the police, it would take us 5 years to save for that holiday. 5 years. At which point, something would have probably happened on the way that we'd then have to spend the money on something else. Forever has given me in the gem bonus, having that extra income on top of what I already earn, has given me the freedom to walk into a travel agent and book a dream holiday for my 2 children, for our 2 children, because they can't be with us at the rally. There's the dress again, you see it? It's given me friendships. Friendships that I knew nothing about. Who here thinks that they've lost friends along the way in Forever? I'm here to tell you that you haven't. I thought that. And then I realised now I am surrounded by the most incredible people, like-minded people that want to see you achieve. They're a massive part of my journey, my family's life, and they are always the people at the front of the stage cheering you across it. They are real friends, so don't worry about the ones that you think you've lost along your way. Just surround yourself with people cross-line. Some of my closest friends aren't even in my team, and that is Forever that has given me the chance to meet all of those incredible people. Everybody in this room will have made a sacrifice. You've heard the biggest one that I have made so far. I'm not back home where I feel I should be. However, I worked 7 days a week, out 6 nights, all the time. On that 7th night, when I said that I'd stay in, I would be on a webinar. So I was actually not really there to put my children in bed at night. And that was really tough because I had that internal battle that I had done this business to spend more time with them, and it didn't feel like I was doing that. One thing I never ever missed, and that was the morning. If you've got children, when they wake up and they're still sleepy and they want to get into your bed for cuddles, they've done nothing naughty yet, they are the best times of the day. And I didn't have to miss that because of the commitment and the hard work to get to Sapphire and not have to worry about ever setting an alarm. I have had an incredible journey and I've got so many memories I wouldn't even be able to share them all with you. But I want to say is that fear massively drove me, it massively motivated me to to build my business. Fear of not achieving, fear of my children, knowing me and my husband as police officers. I wanted so much more for them. But what I do know is that Sapphire and that gem is achievable to every single one of you in the room, but only if you have the courage initially to make that the goal, but then pursue that with a massive sense of urgency and don't stop until you get there. So I'd like to thank Rex, and I'm sure all of you will be behind me on that man and the incredible team that he has got around him has quite literally changed my life. But not only that, he has now given me the opportunity to help so many other people achieve the life of their dreams. So Rex, to you, I am so eternally grateful.
I'll have them all standing.
I wish you all massive success for this year. Thank you very much.
So is it worth it? Really? I think what we've learned from this slot today is, firstly, anything is possible. Do you know Lisa, this time last year, was a senior manager, 2 frontline managers. I think now she has 11 or 12. It's about making a commitment to yourself and saying, I'm doing it. It's about putting the activity in. You saw Lisa's figures. You saw what she does herself. That directly affects your total case credits. What you're doing yourself has the effect on your totals. She leads from the front. She doesn't just tell her team, you should recruit this many people, you should retail this many CCs. She shows them. She can show them with those figures. And that is an extremely powerful way of leading your team, and effective. We've learned that GEM bonus is security. It means financial freedom. And that is a fantastic place, fantastic situation to be in, where you don't have to worry. You can be excited about moving on, about, even getting more success, but you don't have to worry about what you've already created. I think that you'll all agree that from what you've heard and you've seen today, that success is directly related to hard work. The more hard work, the more success. Would you agree? So, I'm going to end by getting the easiest standing ovation ever. And I'd appreciate if one of my team could take a pic of that. It'll look good. By asking you, who wants to be GEM bonus qualified, at least Sapphire manager, by the next rally? Stand up. You flew up. Can we tell Rex, can we order some more pins, please, Rex? We need a lot more Sapphire pins. See you all at the next rally being recognised for Sapphire.